Okay, we are live.
Woo! Hello.
Hola.
Hola a todos.
Aloha.
Aloha.
Hello,
Malokin.
everybody.
Malokin from Paradise. How's my hair?
Good.
Great.
Spongy.
Spongy.
Okay, guys.
Spongy.
So, hello. Let's wait a little bit so we can have more people connected because we just have 2 viewers right now. So, let's wait a little bit more. 3 now.
Hello, you guys.
Awesome.
Welcome.
1,000? No mames.
4.
1,000 now? 4,000. Damn it.
4,000.
4,000 is getting. We're going big.
We wait only for 10 and then we start.
Yeah, exactly. We're waiting. We have 5 right now. Let's wait for at least
We're getting
a
close.
couple more, and then
Halfway
we will start with the presentation. Okay?
All
Awesome.
right.
Sounds good.
Everybody can hear me well?
Yes.
Yep.
Nice. Rochelle, how's your connection? Better now?
Yeah, it's better now.
Awesome.
For now.
For now.
For now.
For the moment. Okay.
It is 2020. Anything could happen.
Crazy the year now.
Okay. So we have 10 right now. Let's start with this.
Great.
Okay.
I'm
so
streaming straight
welcome.
from the beach.
Welcome. Hello, everybody. My name is Laura. And well, I'm here to introduce you to my friends. We are part of Meet Your Tour Guide MX. Meet Your Tour Guide MX is a collective of guides all around all Mexico, not just the Riviera Maya. We are from all Mexico. And well, we create this project, this page, because we had rough days because of this COVID-19 pandemic, right? Most of us, we have
You know what? Maybe, yeah, because
3 months almost without jobs. And even though the beaches and the tourism is reopening today, we don't have tourists, right? So we still don't have jobs. So we opened this project, so hoping for your help, asking for your help, for donations, so we can go through these hard times. Thank you for to everyone that has donated. And well, we invite you to keep helping us. As I said, we're still having no job, like a regular job right now. Most of us, we are freelance, so that means we don't have the support of the companies. We don't have like another insurance or things like that. So we are on our own, basically. And well, it's not only that, we are trying to give a little bit back, obviously. We are working with the local firefighters and also with the local dog pound. And part of the money raised in the fundraiser, we are donating to these other projects. So right now, I'm going to start to introduce you who is with us. We have Cesar, we have Josue, we have Rias, and we have Jonathan, JJ. Let's hope we have
Aloha.
more guides getting together with us today. But first of all, let's start with Cesar. Cesar.
So hello, everyone. Just like Lado was saying, my name is Cesar Martinez. I was born in Mexico City. I'm 40 years old. I have been a certified guide in the Riviera Maya for about 7 years. And I guide in English and Spanish.
Okay, Cesar,
Cool.
nice to meet you.
Entonces, Cesar.
Okay, let's go con Josue. With Josue, sorry.
Spanglish time.
Oh,
Yeah.
Spanglish.
Okay, my name is Josue Cruz. I'm originally from Oaxaca, Mexico, that is in the south of the country. And basically, I've been a tour guide already for about 4 years. I have worked for 2 companies already. And sometimes I do some freelancing, but mostly through the travel agencies and the company we work for. And also, I'm an architect by profession, and pretty much Yeah, now I'm a tour guide, and I'm doing my best combining the two things now, right? That's it.
Perfect.
Cool.
Riaz, welcome.
Hi, guys. Well, my name is Riaz. I'm from the beautiful state of Yucatan. I'm what they call the Yuca Gringo. My mom's American, my dad's from Mexico. I've been guiding for about 22 years. I've been really fortunate to be able to guide in 6 different countries and about all of southern Mexico. And I'm a big foodie. I love food. I love history and nature. I studied biology. So, and I've worked for about 5 different companies and as well a lot of private tours over the years.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Riaz. Jonathan.
Rachel is back. Aloha, Rachel. Rachel.
Welcome back.
Hey, hello everyone. This is Jonathan. Jonathan Cabezas, aka JJ. I'm from the Pacific side of Mexico, Puerto Vallarta, a very beautiful place, touristy also. But I moved to Playa del Carmen over 8 years ago, and I've been a tour guide since I'm 20 years old. So I'm 35 right now. So it's been a long way. It's been a long way, but a fun ride. It's been a good journey. And well, I'm a certified archaeological guide. Tours around the archaeological sites of the country, not only the Yucatan Peninsula, places like Tulum, Copa, Chichen, but also around Mexico City, Oaxaca, and other areas. And well, my profession is business management, but my passion is in adventure, archaeology, culture. So I'm a tour guide by nature, I'll say.
Okay, excellent.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you so much. Yes, thank you so much for those who are watching us. And well, the idea today is to share with you some stories that happens in our daily basis tours. Why we call it the show must go on? Well, in our tours, every day things happens, things that are like not in our control. So what happened? We are professionals, and we have to keep doing our job and the best way. So today, our friends.
Espera. Hold on. There's a weird sound. Illuminati is possibly, very possibly.
It sounds better now.
Anonymous.
So today we want to share some of those stories with you, and obviously with a message at the end. An important message for you as tourists, and also to all the other tour guides that are watching us, so they can learn from our experience. So let's start with Cesar. Cesar.
Okay, first of all, thank you for watching. All of you guys that are here live, thank you for taking the time to come and just learn a little bit more about us and about a place where you possibly could vacation soon. So the story I want to tell today is definitely something that was out of my control. But so I've worked for the same company for about 7 years. Sometimes some of the comments that I get.
Cesar, sorry, can you just get closer? Yeah, perfect. Okay. Thank you.
Sure. Is that a little bit better?
A lot better.
Okay.
See?
So as I was saying, there's times that okay, perfect. So there's times that there's things that are out of your control, and many comments from people that I've met over the years, they only see like the fabulous part of being a guide. You know, so man, I'm so jealous of you being a guide because you get to go outside, you get to go swimming, you get to hang out with people all the time, but they don't ever get a chance to see behind the
backstage.
So there was this one time, the backstage, exactly. So there's one day, everything started great. You know, it was a sunny day out. It was a perfect day for a perfect tour. But I show up for a private tour. I was supposed to pick up a family that reserved in English, and it was a private transportation. So they had me and the entire day. So I show up, and
lucky them.
My surprise, it's an Asian family. Yeah, right. Lucky them. To my surprise, it's an Asian family, and only one gentleman speaks English. And it's like 3 different generations, right? Like grandma, grandpa, kids.
The combo.
So I could have complained.
That sounds familiar.
Called the office and said, get another guide. Someone made a mistake. But honestly, I like what I do, right? I like what I do, and there's a payoff at the end, right? There's a payoff at the end, like when you manage to get the day going and bring your family back after you spend the entire day together. I had literally to communicate doing sign language, which I don't really know, but I was doing my best, right? And at the end, the family came back to the resort smiling, right? And I went back home. Definitely, my economy was better at the end of that day, and it felt good, you know, to actually take on the challenge head on and say, this isn't going to ruin the day. We're going to make it happen, and this family is going to have some fun. So that was my story.
Awesome. Awesome, man.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Thank you.
That's the spirit.
So exactly,
That's
that's the spirit. So many times during the tours or when you make the reservation, any mistake can happen. And then once we get to the hotel, to the pickup and everything, we realize that we don't speak the same language, or maybe you are not even, you don't even know.
Only for 10.
Yeah, you don't even know where are you going, right? Or what are you going to do? And well, these kind of things happen all the time. You won't believe it. But the thing here is that we always have a way to go and keep on with the show. We try our best, like Cesar said. Let's do it by signs, right? Do you understand? Let's go swim. Let's go swim. Okay. You understand? We're gonna climb, right? So
Careful with the shark. Shark.
yeah, Okay, Cesar, thank you so much. So Josue,
Yep.
bring it on.
All right. Well, listen, you know, this company that I work for, they usually give you, the status of the day just one night before. So basically, they tell you you'll do this tour tomorrow, and you gotta be in the office, 5:30 in the morning, and then you have to start. So, but basically, what happened is that we had a Chichen Itza tour with 18 people in the van. You know that in a high season, usually full van, and we have to go for this last family. We were already 14 in the van, and there was this family of 4 people, 4 adults. So they were in one of the hotels, just I don't want to do any commercials here, but just 3 hotels after the airport. So you know how freaking long the entrance is, a lot of speed bumps. And, we pick up this family from Belgium. They weren't very happy because we were there maybe 10 minutes late from the regional time. So basically, when we arrived there, we noticed these guys were big. Actually, the guys were over 6 feet and maybe almost 300 pounds, probably, and there were 2 couples. One couple was, maybe in their 40s, and there was this other couple that was in the 70s. This older couple was the lady's parents. So basically, we were there, and the old guy, he was in a wheelchair. So apparently, he had a stroke a couple of years ago. So basically, what happened is that I told the guy, we're doing a Chichen Itza tour. The tour, we have to do some walking, and unfortunately, some of the ruins are not adapted to all these ramps and easy mobility for people that are, for example, in a wheelchair. So basically, what happened is that I told the guy, if you wanted to, this van is not for a person that has a wheelchair, doesn't have a ramp. So if you want to do it, you have to basically lift him up and put it in the van.
Okay.
So the guy, like I said, was a big guy, and they tried actually for maybe 4 or 5 minutes, just in the back where usually people goes, right? Passengers goes. So they were there trying to put the guy inside. They couldn't lift their feet. Their legs were, pretty heavy. So the thing is that I definitely was thinking of helping the guys, lifting these guys up, this guy up, but was not a good idea, especially if there was some sort of an accident or something. They invite us not to do that, as a tour guide, especially the company. So basically, I gave the guy my seat in the front, and it was easier because he could more or less pull the guy from the inside. So you know how there's like a little space in between the two spots, so they pull the guy up, and basically that's how they got the guy in. And I was in the back, and pretty much I did all the tour, in the back, which was fine. We made it there to Chichen Itza, and you have to adapt in these kind of situations. Basically, we were a 18 people group with a guy with a wheelchair. You know how bumpy the entrance is there at Chichen Itza if you were going in a wheelchair. So basically, we got there. I did the explanation maybe for about 30 minutes, just in front of the main temple. So basically, all the usually, you start in a way. You usually have a way of doing it, but that have to change totally. You have to start. I have to start from the end, and then I have to go on to details later. And well, then we split, and we left the guy just under a tree with his wife. And it was so the thing is that we went to the cenote, everything was perfect. Pretty much, they took a little more time, obviously eating and stuff like that, because obviously of the health situation, everybody understood perfectly. So there was no complaints from the other guests. So pretty much everything was fine. But I at the end of the day, pretty much I thought it was slow. It was a slow day. It was fine. But we had fun. These guys were very, very happy that everything at the end worked out well. But just when we were coming back, from the cenote to the hotel, they said, "So, Josue, are you gonna be our tour guide for Wednesday?" I was like, "What are you doing on Wednesday?" So and these guys said, "We're doing a Cuba cultural tour on Wednesday." And with your company, I was like, "Oh, right." And to be honest, I thought, "Oh, please don't call me to do a Cuba cultural tour on Tuesday." But I was expecting my status on Tuesday night, and when they said you're going to Cuba, I was like, "All right." Yeah, and that's that's usually not very
You get the chills.
You get the same people too a couple of times. It's not actually that common. So it was interesting. These guys were very happy when they saw me. We already knew what to do at that time. So these guys got inside. These guys pulled the guy in again. And, it was a great experience. In general, it was a much smaller group. We were probably 6 or so. So, yeah, it was at the end of the 2 days, everything was good. But, yeah, that was something that I usually remember.
Yes, thank you, Josue. It's one of those tours that you remember like forever, right? Like change completely the way you see also your work, because it's really important to mention, like you said, that you had another 18 passengers on the tour, but you had to focus on one specifically. And this also opened another door for tourism about what measurements are taking to help people with disabilities or that need to move around, right? We want that everyone enjoys the same way. So thank you so much for sharing this story with us. And hi, everyone who's saying hello.
Hello.
Joan Chapman said, hi, Rachel.
Rachel.
Hi.
Brian.
Okay, Pablo, Tita, Memo, hola, hi.
Who's out there?
Okay, so I'm gonna now let Rachel introduce herself, and also she can tell us her story. Okay.
How many people is watching? How many people is watching this now?
We
A few
have
thousand now?
28,000 at the moment.
20,000 people. Awesome. Hello to everybody.
Thanks. A bit more pressure. Hi, everybody. My name is Rochelle, and I've been a tour guide for about 2 years now. I'm from Canada, born and raised in Ottawa. I'm 29. I'm going to be 30 in 2 months. I'm not
we're
looking forward
getting
to it.
old.
Yes. Hola, Pepe.
Hola.
There is a
Yeah,
jaguar.
but, I'm trying to think maybe I won't celebrate. Maybe I won't celebrate my birthday this year because this year doesn't seem like a real year. So maybe I'll just wait till next year to celebrate.
This doesn't count. This doesn't count.
So one more year. But so far, I love it here. I love the warmth in Playa. It's amazing just being in the ocean every day. In Canada, we have, lakes and stuff like that, but not a beautiful, clear blue ocean. And in the wintertime, it's very cold. So I decided to do a big move. I moved here with my dog, and I've loved it ever since. The tour guide life is one of the easy, not the easiest, but one of the funnest, jobs that I've ever had, and a really cool opportunity that I could do right now. Who knows if you get older and you wish you would have done something, but I'm going to be older and I'm going to say, you know what? I did that. I did what I wanted to do. So
Awesome.
So yeah, I'm going to explain, I guess, one of my days where I feel like I saved the day.
Okay, perfect.
My first jobs, actually, where I used to work was in Cenotes.
You do save the day, honey. You do save the day.
Was working in Cenotes, so swimming, lots of swimming in the water. You would be surprised how many people don't know how to swim. So that's one thing that we have to be very careful of, always the security of their packs. Packs, guys, are tourists. Sometimes I talk about this and people are like, what's packs? The tourists.
Actually, it actually is passengers.
Yeah. And so one day we were doing the turtle tour, going to swim at Akumal Bay with the beautiful sea turtles over there. So usually you have a group of about maximum. So that day, I don't remember exactly how many people I had, but before going in the water, you make sure you explain all the rules, regulations, guys. You have to stay in a group. We're going to try to swim as pairs of twos, the guide in the front, everybody following us to stay together, especially when there is a bit more wavier conditions. In that case, it could be more dangerous. If we go swimming closer to the corals where the riptide is and whatnot, that could be very, very dangerous. But of course, a lot of people that are not used to swimming or swimming with sea turtles, the first thing they do when they see the sea turtle, they forget about the rules sometimes, right? So there was this one woman. She was a tinier woman. I'm a bit taller woman. She was very tiny, and she was just swimming with the turtle. And by the time that I was looking for the other group, I'm always yelling, Rochelle's group over here, Rochelle's group. So trying to control the group, and you always kind of have to count heads, make sure you have everybody. There's somebody missing. Okay, and looking around, and then I see a lady, but swimming towards the corals, swimming towards where the big waves are, where the riptide is. And so I started to blow my whistle, and sometimes if your face is in the water, your ears are in the water, so you can't hear anything. And she's so mesmerized about a sea turtle. Of course, it's one of the coolest things to do is swim with them. And she just kept going. So I had to swim as fast as I could. I had my buoy. And even there was the boats. There's boats that drop us off in the middle of the ocean and pick us up. But he was even there, and he was saying he can't go over there because she's gone too far. The motor could hit the corals. It could break the corals. It could break the boat. It could end up just being a very dangerous situation. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go. I swam. I had my buoy. Then finally I got to her, and I was like, hey, you need to get back on this side. You can't swim over here. This is very dangerous. And she's like, oh, I was just following the turtle. No problem. And then finally I told her, okay, hold on to my buoy, and we have to swim for it. And then she started a bit panicking, trying to swim back, trying to swim against it into the riptide. I just remember looking down my goggles and seeing the same coral in front of me, and I was swimming so hard, trying to just get past that, to get to the boats at least to bring her back, because she was also a bit shook up too. She didn't realize how far she went. And finally we dragged her in, and I got out of it, and then we went back on the boat, and she got out and she said, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. I'm like, yes, but it's very, very important to listen to the rules. This is one of it could be a very dangerous activity. But if you don't listen to the rules of your tour guide, something could go wrong, right? We're not just saying that because we want you to do what we want you to do. It's for a reason. It's for your safety, right? To always stick together and kind of watch it all the time. Of course, swimming with the sea turtles is so cool, but your life is in our own hands. So after that, she thanked me and understood and she felt really bad that, you know, she realized it was kind of a tricky, dangerous situation. So, but all in all, at the end of the day, it was good. And then we went swimming in the cenotes, and there it's very, very calm. And here I said, you can swim where you want. Don't dive under. But yeah, otherwise that it was a good day. She was still happy regardless if she almost got sucked into the riptide, but it was a pretty intense moment for me, so it was good. But nobody got injured, so that was great.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So, just imagine that we sometimes have 12, 14 people on a tour in the ocean, in the open ocean. It's not like a swimming pool or something like that. So we have to manage to keep all the group together. And
Yeah.
like Rachel said, we have to keep counting all the time. So imagine if at some point you don't see one of them. It's like, wow. It feels like, where is it? Where is it? And you keep looking and you keep looking. But you're swimming too. You have the waves, you have the rest of the group, you have everything like that. And it's like, what do we do? So we have to keep really calm. We have to do our best, like Rachel did that day. The only option is send the rest of the group to the boat and go and bring her back, right? So also a point that Rachel mentioned that is really important, it's please always listen to your tour guide. It's not rules that we say, oh yes, today I want to tell you that don't bring your camera. No, if you need your hands free, please don't bring your camera, just for saying an example. Yeah. So guys, we have some hello messages here. We have Roxanne Lacroix. Hey Rachel, you look gorgeous. I love you. We love you, Rachel.
Love you too.
Colin Mears. Hello, everyone. I'm a fellow tour guide in New Zealand and Scotland. Nice. And married to a Chilanga, married to a Mexicana. Oh. And Aldo, Tita says, Coralie, hola. You have your mic off. We can
Hey.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Coralie.
Hi. I'm surprised the connection is that good from Mahahual.
Wow, yes. So we have Pepe and we have Coralie that join us to this chat today. So before we go with them, I'm going to let him tell us his story, and then we're going to move with Coralie and with Pepe. So welcome, and let's continue.
Thanks. So guys, what I wanted to talk about today is that we always have a plan. And when we start a tour, there could be maybe a stop at 2 Mayan communities that are colonial, visit a market, visit 2 archaeological sites, a little spelunking with a swim in a cenote. And we may run into things that are unforeseen. Maybe we could have vehicle trouble, like I've had on one occasion. In the Yucatan, we were visiting Acanque, which has a pre-classic archaeological site right in the middle of town. We visited the site, or the temple. Then we jumped on our bikes, rode through town to another temple that had beautiful stuccos. Then we went about 8 miles to the next village, which is a larger Mayan village with a beautiful convent. Visited that, then went over to the cave, did about an hour and a half of spelunking with a local guide and swam in a cenote. And when we came out, our vehicle wasn't starting. We had mechanical trouble. So we were able to get it to the downtown part of the village. And while I figured out what to do, we parked the vehicle. We got to visit the municipal president, went through City Hall, arranged to leave the bikes there, did a little tour of the town. And then we made it an adventure and jumped into local colectivos for our 25-minute, 30-minute back into downtown Merida. And we skipped the last part, which is a hacienda, and we ended up visiting the market, the central market of the city. and we tasted fruits and bought spices and local candies, visited the tortilleria, met a lot of people, and made kind of went with the situation. And actually, it was quite enriching. And so that's one case in which it is good to be adaptable and to trust your guide. And most importantly, that Mexico is such a hospitable place that if you speak to the locals, you will always find a helping hand and the openness to facilitate making the best of solutions. So that's one experience. I wanted to share one more story. I was with a large group of about 16 people from Iowa, and we were staying near Uxmal at a town called Santa Elena, and they were at the end of their town festivities. But we had scheduled the light and sound show of Uxmal, and in my 22 years of guiding, I've never had the light and sound show be canceled. But we got there, and 10 minutes before, well, about half hour before the show started, which is when you get your tickets and walk in, and then we're going to have dinner afterwards, they tell us there was electrical trouble, the show was canceled, and they're going to try to fix it. So we ended up waiting to see if they were going to start the show. We had our dinner, and they said it's canceled. So we said, well, we'll reschedule it for 2 days later. And so we jumped them back in the bus after dinner, went back to Santa Elena, and I got on the phone and started calling the receptionist at the hotel, and I had a contact with the municipal president of Santa Elena, and they told us that they have this special procession, which is a traditional Catholic procession of the guard of the people that are guard of the Virgin of that town, take care of it for a year, and then they pass it to the next family. So we got off the bus, those that wanted to go in and rest did that, and the rest of us, we ended up half a block walking to the house, were invited in, met the change of the guard, you could say, and then followed a procession of the whole village to the main church and interacted with people, saw the fireworks and the music. So these are two occasions in which, if you go with the flow and trust your guides, that we always have back pocket options. We always have connections to people, and we have a huge network of people behind us that are backing us up. So I sometimes will call my dad, who's also a tour guide, ask, what do I do? What's the suggestion? I call other guides. We're in WhatsApp chats, and just reach out, find alternatives, and throw something in the plan. And actually, it ends up being a much more enriching. And after this whole experience in Santa Elena, light and sound show being canceled, and following this procession, everybody during the rest of the trip was talking about how you do not know that things happen sometimes even in a better way when they're not planned or part of the program, and you just have to go with the flow and trust your guide. We are always looking out for making the most enriching experience for you, and making the best of conditions. So that's just a lesson I wanted to share in this sense. So thanks, guys.
Thank you so much, Riaz. Well, yes, sometimes what it's not planned, it turns out the best, right? So I want to say, well, John Chapman says, Mexican people are so friendly and helpful and have the most beautiful smiles.
We have.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
And she said also, Eduardo says, hello, everyone. I really admire your work, your knowledge, and ability to make people have a good time. Keep going. We will get out of these sucunes. Gracias,
Yes.
Eduardo. Thank you, Eduardo. We have Saúl Cortez, Cristina that says, I love you guys. We have Kyla that says, hi, Rochelle. And Joan Chapman, again, proud of you, Rochelle.
We love you,
We have a
Chris.
fan then. A fan there.
Gracias.
And also we have Aldo Quiñones that says something in Mayan. Sorry, it's not in my language. It says, Guillermo, where is Cesar Martinez? He's on backstage, but we're going to let him come back. Let's have back JJ. Hi, JJ.
Aloha.
Okay, perfect. So, Pepe, please, welcome. How are you today?
Pepe.
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 Pepe, can you hear us?
You froze.
Oye, tigre.
Pepe. I'm
Creo que
touching
no.
you.
Lo perdimos.
Ah, para el otro lado, the other way.
¿Qué pasa?
Okay. You can hear us. Meow.
Can you hear me?
Pepe,
Yeah.
Yeah.
now we can.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Hi.
Yeah.
Sí, loud and clear.
Because I lost the audio. Just to this. I mean, I don't have to listen to this. I lost the audio, but you can hear me, right? Okay.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
I have no audio, but it's fine. I'm Pepe, and I'm just super excited with this thing. I bought it today.
I love it.
It's a Jaguar, and I have to experience new normal by myself. So I went to an amusement park to know what it's gonna be really like to take you on tour, to experience it myself. So I found this and I fell in love with it. It's a Jaguar.
Super nice.
I'm having no audio, so Laura, maybe you can help me through WhatsApp or something through the guidelines. But okay, I'm gonna introduce myself very quickly. And I'll try to fix my audio. I think I found the issue.
Hear us now?
So
How about now?
very quickly, I've been doing the tour guide for 2 years. I am originally from Mexico City, and I didn't know I could be a tour guide. I just love nature. I'm in love with nature. I'm in love with our planet. I am in love with feeling it, being there. And I have a friend, a very dear friend, who told me, you are a tour guide. And I said no. But we happened to start doing Airbnb back in Mexico City. And I also happen to have studied architecture. So I know about cultural history, furniture history, and
Colegas, colleagues.
so I was literally sent in to archaeological sites, and I was not certified. That is very dangerous. Don't do it. And
Oopsies.
that's how it started. 1 second. And sorry, I was reading the guidelines because I have no audio. It all started because of that. And when I decided to come live by the sea, they just told me, like, do it. And I did it. And I found the happiest place in my life. I have to meet myself again. And I just love to be with people. I just love to be able to show them around, to show people a new way to communicate with our planet, to enjoy our planet. Because, I mean, it's sometimes on the rules and stuff, but you really get to understand why is it important to respect every other single living organism in our planet. Anyway, I became a tour guide, and a lot of things happen, as you're hearing here with my friends from Meet Your Tour Guide. And there was this one day in which I didn't save the day. It was them who saved it. And I was leading the Holbox tour, and I usually have like the budget for the day as the leader. And we were that day around 75 to 80 people on the tour.
Wow.
And around 6 to 8 guides. I can't recall really well. The thing is that it all moves really fast. You really don't know everything that is done so that you can enjoy one day out. Anyway, we took off at 4 a.m. in the morning, and I just had it slept. And at some point in the tour, around 1:32 p.m., I opened my bag to take out the papers that I need to make the payments that I need to do. And the
Down.
thing where I keep everything was just not there.
Nada.
And I was like, oh my God, I dropped it in Holbox Islands, or somebody stole it from me. And I just started to freak out. I went out of the restaurant, running around the island, looking for it everywhere. I call my driver and I say, hey, buddy, do you need to come here? Do you need to cross with the ferry? You need to help me. I was robbed. I don't know what to do. And he says, like, chill out, calm down. What? You didn't lose it. You didn't get robbed. You left the money in the van, inland. So I had to start collecting money from every other single tour guide to be able to pay for the whole tour, from boogie carts, from the restaurant for 75 people, the beach club, because I mean, sometimes you have drinks included, the lunch is included, the boogie rides. I mean, there is a lot going on. The boat ride, the whole boat ride needs to be paid there. So it was like a lot of money. A lot of money was there. And I just, of course, I chilled out. I calmed down. I was like, okay, it's on the van, but I need to solve this. So I started to talk with every single people living on the island. Like, can I please pay out tomorrow? Can I send it? Can I transfer? And I started collecting money from the guys, and fortunately nobody else noticed. It was very bad at the office later on, but there was a solution for it. That's the story I wanted to share with you. And I just wanted to know that taking you out, it's a very positive job. It fills us with joy because we share happiness and we are sharing a happy moment in life with you. But on the other hand, it is very, 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 I wouldn't say stressful, but
intense.
It's filled with things going on in the background that, oh my God. I have no audio, so please, Laura, can you please follow up while I fix this audio thing? It was just gone. I connected 2 Bluetooth devices at a time. Oh, there you are. There you are.
Oh, hi.
Awesome. Well done.
There you are.
Okay.
I can hear you now.
Yay.
Thank you so much. Yes, also, besides doing the tour, besides taking you around, we have to manage money. We have to do transfer. We have to pay for some things. So we are also responsible of that part. And sometimes things like this happen. You go out of the band, you get to the point, and then you realize, like, for example, you don't have the tickets at Tulum, right? And the bands are like a half
3
an hour
kilometers away.
So you get to
3 days
the
walking away.
I've been there.
3 days walking.
I think it's a been there, done that to all of us, like getting to the entrance. Yeah, now I'm gonna give you your tickets, and then you remember that image in your face that, oh my God, they are on the van. Oh no, in my seat, and you call the driver, and the driver it's I don't know, having breakfast.
When you're the driver, that's the problem.
Yeah. Or you are the driver, right? So there is no way that
Or you are the driver. There's no
way
backup.
say, oh yeah,
Or you are the driver.
The Coatis, I'm gonna go running.
yeah, I know. It's like,
Running
hey,
back.
look, Aquati. And then you go back, and then sometimes again things that happen, but we always do the best of us. So first of all, you don't notice, right? that we made that mistake, and that you still have the best of the times with the time with us. So thank you so much, Pepe. Right now
I want to add something. We do that. We put so much heart into it because we know, because we travel too. So we know there is certain things in life that only happen once. Exactly. That is why we put our heart on it.
For
us,
every day it's a different day. Every day it's a new experience. Every day it's a way to learn, a new opportunity to learn, to meet people from all over the world. So how can we do it in another way? There is just one way, and it's do it with passion and having fun and giving the best of us. So thank you, Pepe.
Thank you.
See,
So
I would love to
yeah,
share a thought related to all this, right? I believe that sometimes the key to be considered or to be called, let's say, a good tour guide relies on the ability to make it look an easy job, to always make your people feel like these guys got it. He know what he's doing. He know what to do. We never felt in a rush, despite we go through situations like a flat tire, the van
Yeah.
doesn't work, or you forgot the money, you forgot the tickets. You will always find a good way to make things work. That at the end seems like, okay, seems to be an easy thing to do, but it's not that easy. There's always a lot of things around our heads. Always, how many people do we have on the group? What happened to this lady going slow? What about this guy feeling dehydrated through halfway through the tour? Plus the tickets, plus the money, plus everything. And sometimes you're just there by yourself in a certain way. There's no backup guide with you. You're on your own, trying to just make them have the best time ever. So also the key is to remember that, to never forget how it was our first time in that place. Whether you're snorkeling, ziplining in an archaeological site, never forget how it was to be there for the first time, because it's always breathtaking. And as long as you don't forget how amazing it is to be there for the first time, you got the key to keep on spreading these stories with people, to spend good time with people, to make them have a good
thank
time.
you. Thank you so much, Jay. Well, now that you have the word, why don't you share your story with us?
Awesome. Well, in the past 15 years doing tours, I've been going through a lot of different things, and going back to the what Jorge was saying, Pepe was saying right now, sometimes you do not need to save the day for your own group. Sometimes you have the chance to make a difference for your co-worker, for the people of a different group. Especially, I don't know, sometimes tour guides don't have much experience, which is normal. Everybody starts from zero, and eventually you build your way up to have a better capacity to fix things, right? The experience to master something. And in some of the tours that we do, we get to rappel. We get to rappel down into cenotes, into the sinkholes.
Yeah.
And this was time my group was rappelling. We did awesome. Everybody had a good time. We were already inside the cavern, over 20 meters under the earth, about 66 feet under the earth. So that's how long the rappelling line is. You rappel down 66 feet. The view is amazing. It's just breathtaking again. So my whole group rappels down. I get to rappel down, and once we're inside the cave, there is another group rappelling down into the cenote, you know. And this is also related to what Rachel was saying, you know, follow the directions from your tour guides. Anyway, there is this random girl rappelling down, and halfway through, the hair gets stuck on the figure 8, and you are hanging in that rope 20 meters, well, let's say some 30 feet off the ground, halfway down. There's no risk of falling down. You know, everything's under control still. But the panic of you as a person with your hair stuck into metals, and there's no way to release the hair. It's like, whoa. So the girl started to freak out. Oh, I'm gonna die. What's going on? And making a big deal. Okay, it was understandable because it doesn't happen every day, right? It's not an everyday thing. So I was looking from the bottom to the top to see what the tour guide was doing, because we all get the training to rescue someone in this situation. But that one tour guide was just frozen. Like, what the hell's going on? So I was already at the bottom. I got to run upstairs, get close and talk to him. And he's like, I don't really know what to do. I'm nervous. And then this is like, I will be like a SWAT guy saving the day, right? So I get the gear on, the harnesses, the figure 8, everything. I rappel down to a paddle rope. I get down to the level of the girl who's stuck. And one of the first things she said is like, what's going to happen to my hair? I don't want to lose my hair.
Oopsies. How do I explain you?
It was funny, you know, because I don't know, maybe the main fear should be, I don't want to fall down, I don't want to die, but she was just so concerned about losing the hair. What's going to happen to my hair? previous to any person rappelling down, you give them a speech of safety, what to do, what not to do. And one of the main rules is just to lean back as much as you can, so you're far from the ropes and the metals.
Yeah.
Obviously, this girl didn't listen, or just being amazed with the cenote. She got close to it, she gets stuck, and she was hanging there. So I did the right thing to get her unstuck from the ropes. And halfway down, she goes, "Oh my God, you're my hero," and whatever. So we swim over to the main platform. And at the end, people was like, "Hey, are you okay? How you feel?" And she's like, "Oh my gosh, I was so worried about losing my hair. Imagine that." And everybody else was like, "Wow."
You were trapped out there like 20.
You can just lose your skin, or worse, or just letting go and having a bigger issue. But yeah, sometimes we are there to support and to help people around us, because we all are exposed on every single tour we take. And it's good to know that there are coworkers that can make a difference for you. And well, that one time I had the chance to help them out to just make the show go on, which is always our intention. Whether it's our group or somebody else's group, it doesn't really matter. We always need something. We will eventually need that help from others, and it's what goes around comes around, basically. And listen to your tour guide.
That's the most important thing. Exactly.
So, JJ, Manu Oropesa. Hi, Manu. Hi.
Hey, aloha.
He says,
hello, everyone.
Tell us about the time that it rained inside your van.
Wow. See. One of those things that is absolutely unexpected. I'm glad that he remembers. So, in the Riviera Maya, we are always, even when we're not in the raining season, you can just have an unexpected rain, like comes out of the blue, just put in rain, like if it was a hurricane or the end of the world. And we were driving, the tour was over. We were dropping off people back to their hotels. We were taking them back. Everything was fine. And then we go through this heavy rain. It was hard to see a few feet away from the van. So eventually we started to have rain inside our van. So how is that even possible, right? Well, the thing is that van's roof was broken or something, possibly rusty or so. So we started to have rain pouring inside the van. So it was raining outside, and we have a whole new ecosystem in our van, The rain was dripping so bad. And people was in the van still. So one good thing is that they just started to laugh in a funny way instead of making a big deal about themselves getting wet. And so it also makes a difference, But yeah, it was one of those things that are unexpected, And you called your company like, "Listen, we have a van and we have rain inside." They're like, "What do you mean?" What do you mean? Yeah, thanks for reminding me of that one.
Perfect. And then Jocelyn Chepa, our friend Chepa, says, "I think as a guide, you improve your ways to improvise magically."
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
Oh, yeah.
We have to find a way.
A good crowd makes a good difference. A good crowd makes a huge difference. The attitude.
Especially when you have to, when you are operating a tour at a cenote, and in order not to make the cenote crowded, the groups need to move at the same time. Synchronize. Yes, synchronize. So sometimes you have to do your whole speech in 2 minutes, or sometimes you have to make
15 minutes,
half an hour, 40-minute speech, in order for people not to see that you're actually waiting for your turn to do the cenote, so you have to have the ability to adapt to any kind of situation and be able to, at the same time, give quality information, quality time, and not for the people not to feel that their time and their money is being wasted.
Yeah,
that is very, very true.
They don't know how it works. They don't know the schedule. So in that way,
We're full of good stories.
Exactly.
And they don't know what's the schedule. That's right.
Thank you, guys. So right now, our friend Josue, he must go. So we're gonna say goodbye.
Don't go.
Guys,
Say goodbye.
I'll keep watching a little bit.
Take care, man.
See you guys. Have a good time.
See you soon.
Thank you, Josue. And okay, adios.
Man down, man down.
We have Riaz again. Hi, Riaz.
Riaz is back.
Okay.
Man,
Final,
it's dark here. Everybody has good light. I'm in the darkness.
we have the best for the end. We have Coralie with a big smile. Yes. Cristina says smile. So hello to everyone.
Gracias.
Hello to us. Rosalia says those were a good times. Real adventures. Who has the live?
Espera, Laura. It sounds weird. I can hear voices.
I don't know who have it on. No.
Do you all hear the voices?
Yeah. But I don't know who is it. Does any one of you have the live on, like on the cell phone or something?
Pepe. Pepe.
It's gone. The noise is gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go on.
If you're watching the live, just turn it off, because if not, the sound is gonna mix.
There you go. The sound is gone.
But now you're on mute, Coralie.
Yeah.
And we need you to talk, Coralie.
Coralie, can
you
you
hear us, Coralie?
Yeah, I
Mon
can.
ami?
Okay, perfect.
I thought the sound was coming from me and you were asking me to mute.
Oh.
No.
We didn't know where it was coming from, but now it's perfect. So welcome.
Okay.
We have the best for the end. We have Coralie all the way from Mahahual.
She's from Mahahual. Well,
she is living right now in Mahahual. Please,
the French girl living in Mahahual.
introduce yourself and please share your story with us.
Well, my name is Coralie. I came to Mexico in 2006, and I had the opportunity to live in Mexico City for 8 years, and it's been almost 7 years here in the Mayan area, Playa del Carmen and now Mahahual, which is a little town, beautiful by the ocean, close to a beautiful lagoon called Bacalar. And well, what else? I wanted to react to what JJ said a little bit about the rain in the van, because it actually happened to me once. And what you said about the attitude of the people, right? Because actually my people didn't tell me anything, but at some moment of the trip, I just turned back and I see in the last row, everyone with an umbrella, but chill, talking, playing cards and everything. So yes, the attitude of the group is the most important.
Like on the van, they had the umbrellas open on the van.
Yeah.
In the van. I'm sorry, in the van. Like wow.
In the van, yeah, they were all with their umbrellas, but then I never realized when it started. They didn't tell me anything.
Were they Canadians? They are so polite. We love you people, but sometimes we need to know what's going on.
It was with the Danish people, very, very polite. Actually, a bit too much maybe on this one. But anyways, yes, the importance, right, of communicating with your guide. It can be in a funny situation like that, or about serious stuff as well. It happened to me once that I had somebody in my group who had like a brain injury, and she could actually collapse at any minute, but she never told me. So it happened in the worst moment ever, because we were late to arrive to some hotel to pass the night, and the storm just happened, and it was raining a lot. It was looking like it was night, and then a tree fell off the road, and we have to escape that. And at this moment, maybe it was too much stress for her, and she started to collapse, and we were in the van in the middle of nowhere. So I think it's really important to communicate with the guides, because if we know in forward what situations or in which state can everybody be, we can make it work as a team. Actually, I was very lucky to have a very supportive group coming with us, and everybody reached out, no? So I could help the driver find a way to go around the tree. Everybody was taking care of the girl. We were monitoring her. Then the signal came back. So I think, yes, the keyword is communication, and the attitude of the group is very, very important. And when you have a supportive group, I mean, for the tour guide, it changes everything. It gets a load off your shoulders. And then we organize the rest of the trip, the rest of the 2 weeks in between all of us, you know, taking care of her, avoiding stressful situations, maybe making some little changes on the schedules, not really on the itinerary, but between all of us, we can make it work. So that would be my message for tonight, guys.
Thank you, Coralie. Thank you so much. How is everything there?
Well, you know, Nahual is like a ghost town right now. The port is completely closed. We don't really know when cruise ships are coming, but the beach is still beautiful. We have it to ourselves. We didn't have any case of COVID right here, so it was actually pretty safe.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Good to hear that you are all good right there. We say
Thank you
hello
very
to
much.
everybody. Right over there.
Thank you, all of you.
We love you. I love you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Manu Oropesa says, Riaz, you are the best joker ever. And we have also Gus that says, hello to everybody, to Rose, to everybody. I was about to say every name. So finally, I didn't introduce myself, sorry. My name is Laura. I'm 33 years old. I'm a tour guide since 3 years ago, and I'm more specialized in the adventure tours. So as you can imagine, I have a lot of stories of what have happened. Sorry, during the tours. But I think the most hard part for me was when I was working for one company doing Polaris and ATVs tours, right? Riding in the jungle, everything. And I got this tropical disease called chikungunya. Chikungunya, it's like dengue, but it can last 3 months. So you have a lot of pain on your joints. You have a lot of you have fever, you have headache, you have but it's something that you can control, right? So the first 2 weeks were really, really hard. And because I went to the doctor 3 times and they told me yeah, it's something in your kidneys. And I was like, no, why? I only drink beer. Why? Why is that?
I'm healthy. I'm actually healthy. I only drink beer. Can be.
And then finally, and I found this doctor in a small shop, in a small drugstore. So I went to him and he said, oh, yes, you have chikungunya, this tropical disease that is, you get it through a mosquito bite. So he gave me a lot of painkillers and everything, but I had to spend all the high season, 2 months, guiding like that. Like every morning, I was in a really, really bad pain. I was struggling even like getting my uniform on, you know, putting my short and everything. And so I got my medicines and it was like perfect, you know, all day long. And well, my job was doing zip lines, doing rappelling, doing all kind of things that involve moving and driving the ATVs and everything. So those were like maybe 3 of the most difficult months, but
unforgettable days.
Yeah,
unforgettable days.
Obviously, no one knew, right? That I was like in terrible pain, like while guiding the groups. So, well, guys, thank you so much. And Pepe, would you like to share a little bit more of information about our project, the webpage, the Instagram, the Facebook, everything that we have?
Yes, Meet Your Guide started started with you Laura, with Clau, and with Cristina, getting together and thinking about doing something positive during these hard times, and they just started to get in touch with some other guys, with some other friends, and we ended up making more than 60 tour guides, a really close group in which we shared through the things that we're doing to work during these times where there is no tourism, to information, keeping ourselves up to date. Some guides fortunately started with taking out the first passengers that are coming here. But the most beautiful part of this group is that it grew up to be a platform that is basically it is many things. It is a group. It is a blog to provide with information to you, so that you can know a little bit of unknown places, even in Riviera Maya, especially. It is about the whole Mexico, but there is a section, a secret section. Make sure you read it, because the blog is about all of Mexico. And there is also the part in which we share videos and TikToks and things that are trending, celebrating ourselves, celebrating you, celebrating international holidays. We are like trying to expand into different things until in the future, when we are able to take you again around. You already have this information and you already know us, and it's kind of like it's a project that it's growing, and at the same time it's adapting to what we have, to our new reality, to our new normal. That is basically. And you can get to know our platform better by going to www.meetyourguidesmx.com. Feel free to click on it to go through all of the different sections. You will find a lot of very valuable information, as well as our profiles, the tours we do, the places we like, the best places to visit Mexico, and and if
sorry, technical problem. Sorry, George.
And of course, if you have the possibility to help, there is a section also for our little funding.
Thank you, Pepe Monster. Sorry.
My packs. Well, that is not cool. My passengers know me as Monster. My friends know me as Monster. That's who I wrote Pepe Monster.
The Cookie Monster. The Cookie Monster.
Something like that.
Okay. Well, yes. Thank you so much. So, like you said, being a guide is one of the most important parts of your experience when you visit, whenever you go, right? So what we are trying to do is to show you how magical our job is, and how to meet us. The project is called Meet Your Tour Guide MX, precisely for that, meet us. We are so happy so we can share this information with you, and so you can get to know us, and to share how much we love our job. So thank you so much. Rias, anything else you want to add?
Oh, well, I just wanted to add that we really care about our country. We really care about the place we're in, but we care very much about you. We care that your experience is always enriching, that you know that we have your back. And it may seem that it's always fun and laughter and sharing, but we do a lot of work behind the scenes to make sure that we troubleshoot ahead of time, that if there's anything that we need to supplement or to get to make sure that your experience is safer and that your experience is more enriching, we're always on the lookout for it. So as I think Coralie mentioned, it is super important that when you travel and when things open up again and you start coming, communicate with us. Let us know what are your top 5 things that you want to experience during a trip, if it may be just a day trip or if you're doing a multi-day trip. It is really important that you share the things that you're looking for, and we can look out for throwing in those little delight pieces that are not part of the program, but that we can find because we have a huge network right behind us at our disposal. So there's nothing more important than just communication and to know that we have your back and we care. We really, really care for your experience, because your positive experience means that you'll keep coming back to Mexico and that you will represent Mexico beyond what the media say, but because of your memorable experiences. It's not just to be a tourist, it's to be a traveler. And we love to travel with you and to have that kind of partnership with you in shared experiences. So that's just something I wanted to finish off with. Thanks, guys.
No, thank you. That was beautiful. Thank you. I think
Correct.
nice.
Nice.
Yeah, thank you. So, Rachel, something you want to add?
That's, this is a hard time for everybody, and the only thing we could do, guys, is just try to stay strong and keep pushing through it. We don't know if ever we'll be back to normal, but there will be a new normal, and hopefully it will be maybe a bit more challenging to adapt, but also hopefully more people will understand how important this type of job is for us, how intense it could be already. And now with the new protocols, the new things, it could be, I would say, not stressful, but maybe a bit worrisome. Like, we don't know what to expect. Nobody really knows what to expect. Nobody knows when we're going back. Who knows if it's going to be busy? How many people are going to be coming this year? Is the tourism only going to restart in January? So we really, really are thankful for all your support and all of our guides. We don't work with all the same companies, so it's amazing to see us all join together as a group to try and stay strong and then get through this hard time and be back to our old tour guide life.
Tour guide life.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So, Pepe, John Chapman says she wants your mask.
You can have it. I mean, I just bought it today and I'm loving it.
It's a badass mask.
And Eduardo, Lalito, hola. I work with him. I had a chance to work with him, and he's a really, really nice person. Hi. Well, guys, Coralie, something you want to add before we go?
Well, just thank you, everyone, and
can we share, baby?
We have to adapt, no? We have to work together, and I'm sure what is coming is going to be better than what we used to have. I'm sure. Just need to be patient.
Thank you so much. JJ?
Well, thank you all for watching us, and thank you all those who made donations for us. Not only to them, to everybody who has been there, keeping an eye on us, supporting us, making sure everything's cool. And well, thank you to all those that had the chance to make a difference for us. We truly appreciate it. And the firefighter department will be very happy to get these donations for sure. And the dog pound also, I'm sure they are gonna be happy as well to get this help that comes directly from you guys. So thank you all.
Yeah, we're gonna make sure of that. And well, as you can see, we are animal lovers.
Yeah. There's nothing more valuable that what another living organism and another species can teach you and can transmit to you. Speaking of which, Mexico has 67% of world biodiversity in our country.
Bam.
In our country.
Bam,
Viva
bam.
Mexico.
Viva Mexico.
Yes.
And guys,
Viva Mexico.
get together. Like Coralie says, this is gonna change, but I believe it's gonna change for good. And let's keep together. Let's keep doing this. Let's keep sharing and hoping for the best. I love you guys. Thank you for joining us today.
All we need is
See you
love.
next time. Viva Mexico.
All we need is love.
All we need is love.
Stay safe.
Take care.
Thank you.
Ciao, guys.
Nice.
Wow.